Welcome back to the Bunkhouse podcast. Today is a very special episode, mostly centered around Toy Story 5. We're going to be giving our overall thoughts, playing some games, and then getting into the juicy details of spoilers later on. If you love films and TV, just like us, you're in the right place because we discuss all that right here on the pod. So don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, and if you're listening on Spotify, please leave a 5-star review. Go check out the website and everyone's socials. Joining me in the Bunkhouse today, we have Dino Joe's Reviews, Movies with Epicz, and Eccy Reviews. So, starting off, we're just going to be talking about what we've done this week and what we've been watching, starting off with Joe.
I have watched a lot of Toy Story. Same as every week since we've started the pod, I've been watching Dutton Ranch. Again, very good. It's been quite a busy week. I've seen more stuff than I have done in a little while, so it's been a very fun cinema week for me.
Very nice.
Eccy?
I watched Mad Max Fury Road. Loved it again. Watched Project Hail Mary. Obviously Dutton Ranch, same as Joe. Obviously House of the Dragon. Watched that today. And I think that's kind of it. A few other bits and bobs. And Toy Story.
Yeah, Toy Story. Epicz?
Yeah, quite a lot. So last week I said I only finished the first and second Fast and Furious, so I've finished the whole franchise now. Still pretty mid. And then I went on to watch Toy Story 5 when it released, and I was so overcome by how great it is. I thought I'd go back and watch Toy Story 2 and 3, and then I did an all-nighter marathon in London at the Pitch House Central, which was 4 films that haven't been released yet. They were The Invite, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, The Furious, and Nirvana the Band, the show, the movie, which, they're all good. So, busy.
Yeah, just like Joe and Eccy, I watched the latest episode of Dutton Ranch. Very, very good. Probably, I think, my favourite episode of the series, actually, this week. House of the Dragon, thought it got off to a pretty good start. And then I watched Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, and 5.
Nice.
I missed out 4, but I'm going to watch 4 tonight, probably.
Lovely.
And I think that's it for this week for me. So, moving in to Toy Story then, I think we should just go around and give our quick ratings for the film out of 5, starting with Joe, and then move around.
I give it 4 originally, and then on rewatch, I give it a 4.5.
I've watched it twice as well. I'll give it 4-star both times.
I've only watched it once, and I give it 3.5 stars out of 5.
Yep, I watched it once as well, and I gave it a 4-star. So do you want to go into just overall thoughts without talking spoilers? That's for later on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very much. Do you want to start, Joe, or Eccy? Who wants to start?
Go on, Joe, you go first.
I was very, very pleased. I think I can speak for probably the entire population of the planet when this was first announced, was like, do we really need another one, especially after 4? Because I think 4 left a bit of a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, including mine when I originally watched it. But yeah, I was very, very impressed. I like the segue into Jessie being the main character, because after rewatching 4, she's actually not really in 4 at all, and it doesn't even sound like Joan Cusack in 4, I don't think. But yeah, I really liked her as the main character. I liked them exploring her backstory, sort of a continuation from Toy Story 2, which is my favorite Toy Story. Very, very emotional. I genuinely, both times I watched it, I reckon out of the 3 and a bit hours overall of me watching it twice, I probably cried for about 2.5 hours, I reckon. It was lovely. Very good. And if they said they were making another one tomorrow, I would be well up for it.
Yeah.
I agree. I fully agree with you. I think I was a bit worried going into it, thinking, do we need a 5th film? And again, I think the film changed my mind, actually. So that was one of the questions I do have. Do you think the film changed your mind if you thought like that as well?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I absolutely loved it. I think it looks stunning. And just the character that I have to admit, it is a bit jarring that Buzz and Woody are kind of like sidelined a bit again, but Jessie's such a good character. and where the other toys aren't really in it as much, it kind of shows that if they do another one, they can bring all those back, bring a story of all those again. There's so much in that world to explore.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't even care that they keep exploring the exact same themes in different films. It's brilliant every time. Just keep feeding me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Epicz, Eccy, anything to add?
Nothing really. Like, obviously, kind of the same way. Like, I think 3 ended so perfect, and then they brought 4 out. And like for me, after watching 5, I feel like this would have been like the perfect 4th film. I think if like the storyline for this was Toy Story 4, I think it would have been a great evolution of one leaving obviously the toys with Bonnie, and then I think it would have been great of like Jessie like going through the same stuff all over again. And I think it would have been a great like addition. Where I feel like 4, even though I like parts of it, I kind of don't like where they took. I'm not so keen on like the Woody and Bo Peep storyline like fully. Even though the 4th one's alright, I like Forky and that. I just don't really love it, like where they've the direction they've took it. And then like it's for a Toy Story 6, it's to the point now where obviously we're not going spoilers yet, but with the Toy Story 5 ended, it's like you could literally do a Toy Story 6, and like you said, I'd be there if they did make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I think the animation, the best that Pixar has ever done.
Yeah, I agree.
There's parts in it I was just like trying to work out how they could even achieve stuff like that. For me, with Toy Story 4 and Toy Story 5, I think Toy Story 5 is the better continuation of the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think if they did 5, but I think they could have done without 4, and 5 would still make sense. Besides, Woody getting lost and all the major plot points in that. I think Jessie is the main character is a good perspective to have. It is a shame that Buzz and Woody have been sidelined, obviously, but let's be honest, we've got the original 3 films and the 4th film. They've had a lot of time as the front 2 characters. My main concerns with the film itself is more to do with parts of the story and they're like like the characters like the aliens, Potato Head. I feel like they're barely noticeable in this one. And sure, we're gonna focus on these new toys, but when I was watching 2 and 3 back after 5, I was like, where is like the chemistry they have with the other characters in the original 3 films? That is what we don't go and see Toy Story for that, but it's part of the reason why we love those characters so much. And I just feel like this film doesn't really have that aura really grasp onto.
Yeah, I feel like even... Sorry, I was just going to say, like, when obviously I watched it again for the second time, I tried, like, noticing a little bit more, like, the side characters, like you said. And it's like the aliens, like, I feel like they're very iconic to, like, the whole franchise. Like, obviously introduced in the first one, even in the third one, obviously, where they save all the toys, like, labs. And this one, they actually don't even have a single line of dialogue. Like, I was actually, like, at the beginning, I was like, oh, I wonder if they actually even say anything. And they literally don't even make a single noise or get involved. And even if they was in it for, like, a split second, I think it would have been good. Like, even interact it with, like the Buzz storyline with all, like, the drones. If, like, they would have said something funny, just even on that, like, one little line, I think would have added to the film a little bit.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree and I kind of don't, because I'm not really too bothered about Mr. Potato Head and the aliens and that. Me personally, I'm more for Woody, Buzz, Jessie, and Rex. To be honest, they're like my favourite characters. So if I was to do a ranking, Mr. Potato Head and that, I'd be at the bottom. So like, it didn't even cross my mind that they wanted the film that much, which I don't know if that's a hot take or.
With Potato Head, it's an awkward one because obviously Don Rickles died quite a while ago now, so he's obviously he had more lines in the 4th film, but it's you can tell it's not him. And in this one, he spoke like a couple of times, and I think in this one especially, it was really noticeable that it was a different voice actor. So I think they've deliberately not done anything. But the aliens is weird because obviously it's nothing special. Essentially, it's noises or like just a couple of lines or something, or even they could have just recycled like lines from previous films because that's kind of all they really do say. But I think they obviously deliberately moved the location away from Bonnie's house like that and made it a scenario that the toys couldn't follow. deliberately. Really, it's just the way that film is. It's obviously the franchise is 31 years old, and a lot of the voice cast for the side characters were quite old during the first film, let alone the trilogy and beyond.
Well, that's it. Right. It is actually crazy. 31 years the franchise was going on. They still managed. The most thing I'm most impressed with is Toy Story is, that you get many sequels these days that are cheap cash grabs or nostalgia baiting films. They still manage to keep it fresh every time, but still make it a relatable topic. I actually think this could be one of the most relatable Toy Story films they've created. It could be the most relatable because of what, obviously, the film's about, which we might go about. If you want to talk about that later, I don't know if you want to talk about that now. I think we could say that bit for later.
Yeah, save it for the spoilers. I know what you're talking about exactly, but...
Yeah. So, obviously, we're all pretty similar ages, me and Joe being a slightly bit older. Toy Story was a massive part of our childhood growing up. Do you think you appreciate the Toy Story movies now as an adult more than when you was a child?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like... for me, I feel like, obviously, for a kid, like I know, for when I was a child, it was always on the telly. It was the only thing I ever watched. And I feel like now, especially because what I like about Toy Story, the characters evolve. It's not like Simpsons where the characters never age. It's like you can see even the toys are aging, the people around them are aging. Bonnie's getting older. Obviously, we saw Andy get older, and I think obviously Toy Story 3 came out 2010, but as soon as you get older and you obviously you got college or whatever, some people obviously go to university, I think that relates to you then at that age. And then obviously now into Toy Story 5 with some of the themes in that film, people obviously who grew up with Toy Story have literally lived what happens in Toy Story 5 with getting older and stuff like that, and obviously children. And I've seen a lot of people doing stuff where they've watched it as a kid and now they're taking 2-3 of their own children to go and watch Toy Story, and I think it's a great evolution of the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I could have put it better myself, to be honest. They had pretty much the exact same thoughts. We have grew up with Toy Story over the span of 30 years. Obviously, it come out maybe a little bit before our time. But we have lived that exact life. Every topic, every thing you can relate to, we have lived. And I think that's why I rate every film is above a 4 for me, because it just hits home. It's managed to make me emotional, everything you can think of. And I think it's because maybe on the forefront of your head or it's subconsciously, we have been through them exact same experiences that make it quite a unique story and franchise, I think.
The way it captures you at every age or stage of your life is pretty crazy, really. When you watch it as a kid, or for me, it's proper magical because you're engulfed in the imagination side of it. I remember being 4 with Toy Story, about 4 with Toy Story 2, and being oh my god, it just made playing so much fun because you just imagined that they could be alive and all that sort of stuff, and that age. And then you get older, and Toy Story 3 especially, I think we would have been 14 when that came out. You're living we're almost at the end of secondary school, so you're at the similar age to Andy-ish, and you're going through that sort of stage again. And then when you're watching it through different eyes of different characters every time you watch it, and it's proper. It's so impressive how it can capture you in a different light every time you watch it, and how emotional it is every time. I've genuinely I've watched 1, 4, and 5 twice in the last few days, and I've never been so emotional in the span of a week watching films, I don't think.
I think 3 is probably might be the one where it really is pretty much similar along life. I remember being 13 years old, moving to a new part of the town I live in, and I remember my mum saying to me do you think you're getting too old for your toys? So in my head, I had this sense of you've got to grow up. So then I passed all my toys on to a neighbour, which I wish I never did because it had all my Pokemon cards and everything. And I could have been a rich boy, right? But I had that same thing of you've reached that level of growing up where you're kind of like, it's almost like in society, you're almost told that you should stop having the things you love. Do you know what I mean? And you pass all your toys off to like the next person, or you throw them in the bin, or whatever you do with them. And as I've got older, I've kind of retracted from that now. And I'm more of a kid now. Do you know what I mean? That's why I still collect the figures and the cards, and I still love Harry Potter and all the things I grew up with. And when an adult now tells me, "Oh, don't you think you're a little bit too old to that?" And it's like, at what age do you need to grow up or stop enjoying things in life?
Now,
why do you need to?
But now you're big enough to fight them when they say.
Well, that's right. Yeah. That's exactly it. I think it's anything, Pod?
Yeah. So I wasn't gonna say anything in depth like you guys. I was just gonna point out, like, in the first two films, I honestly think I wouldn't have understood like 70% of the jokes as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
There's like so much adult humor in those two films that now I just appreciate it even more and just like enjoy it even more as well.
I think that spins back to what we said about Don Rickles, because when you rewatch the first two, there is so many like quick jokes that Don Rickles makes and like innuendos and stuff. So like most of the lines he did have were like off the cuff or just funny little one-liners because he's a stand-up comic and a very, very good one. And obviously now it's just a voice actor replacing. You don't get that sort of stuff, so it wouldn't be the same. So it's probably the reason you don't really get much potato head in 4 and 5, which makes sense.
Yeah, I think like not even just like a Toy Story thing. I think Pixar do a great job of like just things in your life. Like obviously, like even Finding Nemo, like being a kid and like rebelling from your parents. Coco, obviously, learns you about like the afterlife and coping with someone passing. And then just like I feel like they do a very like even Soul, obviously like not knowing what you want to do with your life, and Soul goes into like it just happens to you. It's just like you'll find it by doing something. You'll find out what you're meant for to do in life. And I think Pixar do a really good job of integrate like just no matter where you are at what point in your life, you could stick on a Pixar film and you probably resonate with it in some way.
Yeah. That actually leads me to the final question for this segment. So before moving on to the games, if one studio was to disappear tomorrow and you could only save one, are you choosing Pixar or Disney? We can all answer at the same time. Go through it.
I'd
Pixar or Disney?
Mm-hmm. Do you like the Disney Walt animations? Walt Disney animations. It's Pixar for me.
Yeah, it'd be Pixar for me.
Yeah,
it's my hands down for me.
Do you mean like classic Disney animations like Sleeping Beauty and all that?
Yeah, you can include those. I'm taking
like,
Pixar.
Even the theme parks.
You're banned from them anyway.
We're just talking movies, man.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I'd probably pick Pixar, but Disney, I've got. You remember like stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff, you know what I mean? Like Disney's got a lot behind it, but I'd probably pick Pixar.
Oh right, okay. I meant just animated.
Oh right, okay, Pixar definitely. Then.
Yeah, it's just animated. We're not going to include the Pirates of the Caribbean. We can't lose that. We can't lose that. Just animated.
Yeah, but if you want to put like a separate little thing, obviously, if you were just saying pirates, if you put the 5 Toy Stories against the 5 pirates.
Oh yeah, you're picking Toy Story any day. Yeah.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, the only Disney animated film that could probably compare to anything that Pixar's done is Lion King. And like, I think Lion King can go. I'd rather watch, Coco, Toy Stories, Up, Ratatouille, The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Because like I think I was looking at my
Lion King is my
yesterday.
favorite animated film.
Like the only 2 animated films that Disney have done that I've rated highly is like Lion King and Aladdin.
And Bolt.
I'll take Pixar.
Fuck Bolt.
Bolt's good, mate.
I like Beauty and the Beast. Me, like
I might be a really terrible bloke, but when I watched Bolt for the first time and that hamster's in the ball, I just thought that would be so good to boot that. Imagine how far you could boot it.
So, we've got a couple of games to be playing today. They're not going to be like overly long. Hopefully, I think I've managed to plan them out well. The first one is guess the Pixar movie in 3 words. It's pretty simple. I'm going to give you 3 words and you're going to guess it. It's no teams. You can just go for it. We're going to start off with an easy one. Balloon's House Adventure.
Up.
Yes, correct. I do believe you will get all of these. They're nothing. There's nothing hard here. Robot Cleans Earth.
Wally.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Childhood Imaginary Friend.
Inside Out.
Correct.
Bing bong.
Dead Family Reunion.
Coco.
Coco. Dead family reunion. That was like, last week we played those games where we were translating all the Spielberg. It sounds like it would be like the French equivalent to Coco. That's
and the last one is Dinosaur Mrs. Asteroid.
What's it called?
Last
Good Dinosaur.
Good dinosaur. Sorry.
The Good Dinosaur, yeah, that's correct.
I haven't seen that.
Underrated,
A nice little
by the way.
it's a simple game. It's a simple game. So, moving on to game 2 is animated hot takes. I have asked Joe, Eccy, and Epicz to send me animated hot takes anonymously, and I'm going to read them out. And we're going to guess. You guys are going to guess who said which hot take. This is all animated films. It's not just specifically Disney or Pixar. So I'm going to start off with Wally and Up are not top 10 Pixar movies.
I'm guessing Joe.
Yeah, I think Joe said that.
That is Joe.
I was going to say, because Epicz said Up before when he was on about good Pixar films, and I don't really like Up, so...
It's wrong, man. You're just wrong.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4 was necessary after Toy Story 3.
Joe.
I think that's Epicz. Because Ecky's just said, nah.
That is Epicz. Would you like to give a little quick reason?
Yeah. I think more Toy Story is always going to be better. What's wrong with more Toy Story?
I think that's a valid answer.
More original
Also
movies. Why do we
after-
need some more? Why do we need more of a franchise?
After rewatching 4 yesterday or whenever it was, I actually think it does make sense in the sense that like Woody's arc's finished with Andy and he's like passed on to Bonnie, and then whilst he's with Bonnie has quickly realized I feel like I've fulfilled my duty as a toy or whatever, and it's not my time, and she's like not my kid essentially. So now he's like realized, listen to your inner voice and live for him. And I think it is actually quite nice. I agree with you.
like
I'm
it.
not really too big on the Bo Peep love story
Yeah.
thing.
Luca is the most underrated animated movie of all time.
I'm going to say you. I'm going to say Luke.
Yeah.
That is me.
Really? Most underrated ever.
All time. It's so good, man. It's just so good. That film made me want to get a Vespa and go to Italy, mate.
Yeah, I know you've told me that when you watched it years ago, so I was like, that's definitely Luke.
What have you got it rated?
4.5.
Really?
Jesus.
I don't even know.
I think I'll go with the 4. I like Luke. I think it's really good.
It's a great film, man. It's a great film.
Yeah,
I just don't like how their
I think
heads
it's
look like
good,
little
yeah.
beans.
Lego Movie is one of the worst animated movies to ever exist.
That's
Luke.
Eccy, I assume.
yeah.
It's what?
I'll say
I
Luke.
reckon it's Eccy.
That is Eccy, that. Yeah, that is Eccy.
It's shit.
It's not, man.
I fucking hate Lego Movie. It is so shit. Everything is not fucking awesome. Everything is shit.
Everything is dog shit.
Yeah.
Atlantis The Lost Empire. Basic ass movie that isn't as impressive as its letterbox average rating suggests, which is a 3.
Right, that's definitely Epicz. He's the only
I mean-
person who'd say letterbox rating average.
No,
I thought
I think
he's
it's
the only
true.
one that said basic ass movie as well.
I also rewatched Atlantis not too long ago, and I think I rated it fairly highly. So yeah, I think it's Epicz.
I stand by it. It's fucking mid.
It's Michael J. Fox.
Who cares?
Who cares? Have you seen her?
Don't
Mitchell,
diss him.
Mitchell J. Fox.
She's unbelievable.
Soul is a top 5 Pixar movie.
Joe.
That ain't me.
I think Eccy said this.
Yeah, you just said Soul.
Yeah, he just talked about Soul, and I was like, no one's thinking about Soul.
Fuck
I
you
think I've
guys.
got Soul
Soul is
really
amazing.
low.
Soul's not even in the top 10.
Yeah, I've got Soul quite low. I think.
Exactly.
I love Soul. I think Soul is top 5 Pixar.
Oh, Soul.
Intergalactic is a better movie than Up.
Luke.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
you.
me.
Although it sounds about right.
That is me. It's
Mr.
a
Fredrickson.
Intergalactic. Good, mate.
Mr. Fredrickson should be on a register, mate. Abducting kids.
I don't think I've seen Intergalactic.
What, the one on Netflix?
Yeah, the one with Timothy Chalamet.
Did it have Timmy in it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he like his best mate or something.
That surprised me. I didn't even know.
Well, Timothy Chalamet, have you seen that? He's doing an animated film, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big Selena Gomez.
he? Yeah,
Oh, big-
Illumination's doing it.
I think this one probably is easy. Toy Story isn't just the greatest animated franchise of films of all time. It's the greatest film franchise of all time.
Joe, because he said it in the car the other day.
There you go.
It's true.
At least we know each other, right? At least
Yeah,
we know each
definitely.
other. We got these games are good. So the next one is called "Who Said It." I'm going to read a quote, and you guys are just going to guess who said it. These are simple, you know. Right, starting off here with a pretty hard one. To infinity and beyond.
Buzz Aldrin.
Daffy Duck.
Buzz Lightyear.
Correct. Yeah. Somehow that's correct. I don't want to survive. I want to live.
Pixar or animated?
These are all Pixar.
I feel like that could be Soul.
Soul, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe Coco.
That is the captain in Wall-E.
Film's crap. That's why I can't remember.
Wow.
No capes.
Oh,
Incredibles.
Incredibles, yeah.
No capes.
Yeah.
That's not mode.
The best things happen by chance.
That sounds magical.
Best
Oh, I
things
don't know.
happen by. Maybe Ratatouille?
No.
No.
Everyone can cook.
I'm gonna go on the limb and say Monsters Inc.
No.
Coco?
No. Dory from Finding Dory.
That's a bottom 3 Pixar film, that is.
You could have used that for an hot take. That'd have been good, wouldn't it?
That's not a hot
That's-
take.
that's not a hot
Shite.
take.
Yeah.
Adventure
Okay,
is
yeah.
out there.
Oh, Up.
There you go. Now you listen to me. I have made a career out of being a failure, and you, sir, are not a failure.
Oh, that must be Ratatouille.
It's not.
That was in my head. Made a career out of being a failure, and you are not a failure.
That Monsters Inc.
No.
It's gonna
I'm
be
trying
one.
to think like 20
Oh!
Pixar.
It's gonna be Cars.
You're wrong. It's A Bug's Life.
Oh, I don't like Bugs Life.
Oh no, I can see the line now.
Right.
Who says
Big
it?
flick.
I've scrolled past it now. Right, so on the final 2 games, they're like head-to-head. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I don't know. Do you want to debate this one? And you have to. So there's 3 of you. We'll go with a
Mhm.
majority vote here, okay? And you guys have got to debate and discuss between each other.
Yeah.
So we're deleting one forever, all movies, all characters, everything, okay? Toy Story or Shrek?
Shrek.
Goodbye, Shrek.
Okay.
Big green freak.
Finding Nemo or How to Train Your Dragon?
How to Train
Finding
Your Dragon.
Nemo.
I would get rid of How to Train Your. Just the first How to Train Your Dragon.
It's just the first one.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon.
Finding Nemo.
What was in to get rid of? I'm on about getting rid of it.
Yeah, I'm on about getting rid of Finding Nemo. I like How to
Really?
Train Your Dragon. Like the
Yeah,
first
I think
one.
I'd agree with you.
The score, just the score alone, deserves to
Mm.
stay.
The score of
Finding
Finding
Nemo's
Nemo. You
Mm.
can still argue that.
Yeah.
Did you know that Andrew Stanton, the director of Toy Story 5, is the voice of Crush in Finding Nemo?
So which one's going?
Yeah.
Well, I'm 2 against 1 in it, so How to Train Your Dragon's going.
Keep it at How to Train Your Dragon over
Goodbye.
Finding Nemo.
I know.
Yeah.
I said. I'll get rid
Crazy.
of Finding Nemo.
That's crazy. The Incredibles or Kung Fu Panda?
Kung Fu Panda, get rid of.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Oh,
What are we saying? Get rid of.
we're
Kung
saying
Fu
the one
Panda
we're
get rid of,
gonna
or
saying to stay.
Incredibles?
saying to get
No,
rid
no,
of.
it's delete one. You're deleting it. So
Okay.
whichever one you choose
Kung
is
Fu Panda.
gone.
Yeah, goodbye, Poe.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. or Madagascar?
Madagascar.
Madagascar. It is good though.
Madagascar is good.
See, Monsters
Well-
Inc. 1's really good, but Madagascar's like they're all alright. But I'd probably get rid of Madagascar.
If we're just
Yeah,
talking
I
about the
would as well.
first one, though.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Oh
all-
yeah, I keep
all
thinking
characters
franchise.
was just
Sorry.
all
Madagascar's
all
good.
films, all characters was just for the first two because
Yeah,
there's a lot of
Monsters Inc.
films.
Sorry,
and
Monsters
stuff.
Inc. Keep.
It's
keep
better
Monsters
when
Inc.
it like carries on Madagascar. It's the first one's not that great compared to the
I
second.
think Coco or Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh,
Get rid of Puss in
is
Boots.
gone.
Even though
It's
it is an
brilliant.
outstanding.
I thought
Film.
I thought there might have been more of a debate there.
No,
But
it's brilliant.
Coco is up there as the
Coco-
best.
Coco's my favourite, so Puss
Yeah,
in Boots is
Coco-
away, but Puss in Boots is up there.
I think Coco is one of the best animated films of all time. So,
Same.
I don't know, man. I think they're kind of mixed for me.
oh yeah, well you're outnumbered, mate.
Yeah,
So-
I'd say Puss in Boots. Anyways,
And
And
Yeah.
finally, for this one, for this little segment, we're moving on to other ones after. Cars or Prince of Egypt?
Oh,
Right,
fuck you, Lightning McQueen. You can suck my balls.
Yeah,
I love
Fuck you, Nina.
I love Cars as well. The first one I love, the other two are shite. But
Yeah.
I love the first Cars. But Prince
I
of
couldn't
Egypt's one of
care
the
less
best.
about
Prince
Cars.
of Egypt
Prince
is
of-
unbelievable.
Prince of
I
Egypt
could not care less about Cars.
is one of the
Cars
best
2
animated films ever.
Cars 2 is one of the worst films ever made.
Yeah,
Of every film.
It's one of the worst animated films ever.
It's shit. And if you're a Cars 2 fan, fuck off. Right. Now I think these ones. I personally think these ones are tougher. Okay, this is very specific to the film. Toy Story 3 versus Shrek 2.
Oh, that is a toughie. But
That is a
Oh,
tough.
I think it's very tough, that one.
I still think that Shrek 2 can fuck off, personally.
Yeah, I think I'd have to get rid of Shrek. That is
Yeah,
probably
Shrek
toughest one. But yeah, get rid of Shrek 2. Toy Story 3 is so good.
Monsters Inc. or Kung Fu Panda.
I keep Monsters Inc.
Yeah, keep Monsters Inc. I think you've
Yeah.
had that though.
No, we
Oh,
had
no, is
Monsters
it, no, is it
Inc.
coming
Yeah.
out? Okay.
incredible.
Yeah, keep Monsters Inc.
Okay. Ratatouille or The Incredibles.
I keep Ratatouille.
Yeah. So
I mean, doesn't matter what my answer is at this point, but
No,
I'm on the fence, to be honest with you. Yeah, probably Ratatouille, but that's tough. That's pretty close.
Are you getting rid of Ratatouille or are you keeping?
Keep Ratatouille. Yeah,
correct.
get rid of. Yeah,
Fuck
get rid of. Get rid of Syndrome.
And finally, I think Joe's the other one that's going to fight this one, potentially. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish versus Prince of Egypt.
Oh, I'm going Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, ain't no fighting.
I'm going Puss in Boots.
Yeah, Prince of Egypt can stay. Puss in Boots has used his last wish, and he can do one.
Yeah.
So you're keeping Prince of Egypt
Absolutely.
over Last Wish?
Yeah, Prince of Egypt
Ooh.
is in and out of my top 4 every time I watch it.
Yeah, it's
Really?
up there. Yeah, I'd have it higher than Puss in Boots.
I thought you'd have gone for Puss in Boots Last Wish there, actually.
No.
That is
It's very good. Very, very good.
crazy. So that's the game segment finished. We're now going to go into the main review discussion of the week, which is Toy Story 5 talking spoilers. We're going to just be doing overall chit chat. So, does anyone want to start, or should I ask a question? What do you want?
I've got a question for you guys.
Go for it.
Do you think Emily, Jesse's owner, right? Do you think her daughter's dead?
That's what I thought. It was a bit weird with the box being buried.
And the whole message on the tree.
I don't think you'd say Jesse was here if your kid was dead.
I think it's more of a like.
I think
because it's like a memory box. It's kind of like she's passed as a kid, but it is weird that she's buried the box under that tree, especially when she doesn't live there anymore.
I think a time capsule would be like more taken care of instead of just like a flimsy box.
Yeah, I think if she had died, one, you wouldn't bury all her memories. I don't think.
No, you wouldn't have that. No.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Weird,
interesting though.
It's weird why it's there.
It ties into another question I've got. Do you think? I personally think that this whole "I'm named after her daughter" is fake. I don't think it's true at all. It brings up like two possibilities. One, all right, she stayed in a house with Jesse. Jesse was under the bed, and then she had the kid. And then when she found out the daughter's dead, Jesse the daughter, and then she found Jesse the toy and gets rid of Jesse, like we see in Toy Story 2, which makes sense with the name, okay? But then let's say the daughter is born after she gets ditched. Why would she name her daughter Jessie?
What the fuck are you talking about, Willis?
Why would she name her daughter the toy she gets rid of?
Yeah, she might give her away.
Yeah, but it's one of them where you'd probably regret it. Like everyone probably gets rid of. It's one of them where when you get like a teenage age, you think, "Oh, I don't need this toy," and then you throw it away, and like you think, "Oh, fucking, I wish I'd kept that." Like the stuff what I remember, like for instance, like my dad gave me when I was born, the rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, and I had it for years and years and years. And when I got rid of loads of teddies, I got rid of it, and I regret it because it's like because my dad got it, and I'm so close to my dad. I was like, why would I even get rid of that? And it's like I can understand it from that point of view that she would get rid of Jessie because she's at that age, like 13, 14 years old. And then when she's got older, it was a childhood, it was a favourite toy.
This is what ties back into earlier on when I explained I gave all my toys away at 13. I still talk about those toys to people today. At work, we was talking about figures we had when you're younger. I don't know if you had these, Joe. I don't know if you two... Did you have Max Steel figures?
No,
do you remember Max Steel?
I know what they are, but I didn't have
them. Mate, I loved my Max Steel figures, and I had like an action man that it had a rope, and you could tie like one side to the other room, and it could like zip line across. I wish I still had that, so I could show like my wife, because I talk about all the things that made me happy as a kid, and it was mainly like all the toys, and like Minnow, she's still got all her Bratz dolls in attic. I wish I had mine.
Yeah, Leah always talks about stuff like that. Leah used to collect like horses and brats, and she gave them all to her sister, and then her sister would masturbate them, so her sister got rid of them. And it's one of them where she's like, I wish I still had them now. And it's like sometimes she buys little stuff that remind her of being a kid again.
Mm.
And I can kind of see why you'd name a child after a toy. Why not? One of my favorite toys when I was younger, I had like it was X-Men, Logan, Wolverine. It was about that big, and it was in a black and orange uniform. It was sick, man. I loved it. Like, and you spend so many times with a toy, so many hours. It creates memories, even though you probably can't remember the stuff you used to do. But you probably created all these mad imaginary scenarios. You could name your kid Logan in the future, and it might be a subconscious decision.
I was going to say calling your son Wolverine.
Yeah,
but I'm saying it's like for people do call that it's like the same as people calling like people do probably call their actor like the kids over the favorite character in a film. It's like I know Luke, your cat called Luna because of Luna like Lovegood from Harry Potter, and it's exactly the same. You would call your animal or your, like anything like the kid after your favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. Totally plausible.
For me personally, I don't think a toy you're going to get rid of. Yeah, sure, you can have regrets, but I don't think they're going to go as far as to name your kid after a toy you was willingly going to give away.
This is a universe where toys exist and shit as well. Like you're saying, it's not.
So you say toys don't exist in our universe?
You're saying like,
mate, my
if it's not believable, she's literally sat there. Yeah, to infinity and.
Do you think, like Andy, Emily, Bonnie, do you think they have any suspicion that the toys are alive?
Sid definitely does.
Yeah.
It definitely does, yeah. Sid definitely does.
No, I don't think so.
I think Andy in the Toy Story 3, there's parts where I'm like, he's got to have some inclination to what he's doing at the end, Because I don't think his mum would have done that. Yeah, well,
so that makes sense. But calling her daughter Jessie,
calling that doll or daughter Jessie, get out. That makes sense. The daughter's dead. No matter, she's dead. She's rotting under that box. If that horse stomped 2 more feet, crushed her skull.
Jesus Christ.
So
this is the thing I was going to bring up. Well, I'm not talk about it yet. It's about Pixar being dark early on in the films, and now the darkness is gone. They're afraid to do stuff. Finding Nemo, one of the characters dies in 5 minutes. All those babies dead.
I think it made a nice change because you expect that every time. It's not just Pixar, but just Disney in general. Like Big Hero 6, parents dead. It's like it's always the same thing. It's like, right, whose parents there? Oh, they've got a single parent. Oh yeah, well they're dead. It's always going to be that sort of thing, and it's a nice change, I think. I enjoyed having an army of Buzz Lightyears rather than Bonnie's mum getting hit by a car.
Getting into like the Buzz Lightyear thing, and I can't think about it. I've seen someone else talk about it, saying like the Buzz Lightyear storyline is like the most Disney Plus short film thing ever. And I was thinking I think that is probably the weakest part of the film. I think starting the film with that, I think looks great. Like the way it's like
I love that scene.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. And then I think just that storyline of him like Star Command and all that stuff, like it's funny, but it feels very Disney Plus short film. It's like them little episodes what they've done with Fork.
Yeah.
And then it's like they're literally pointless all the way to the end. And then it's like, right, we need to get all these characters back home. These buzzes are going to be dropped like drones, and they're just going to drop them all back off. And then I just thought, I think it's the weakest part of the film. Still, like even after the second time watching it, I liked him a little bit more the second time watching it, but I still think I'd rather like a journey of him getting back home or something like that than it just being whoop, pick him up, drop him off.
I quite liked it. It was like a condensed version of Buzz's arc in the first film in a different way, and I quite liked it. And both times I watched it, when they turn into drones and get upgraded, and obviously it's Lily then helping out with everybody and stuff. I thought it was sick personally. I thought visually it was so cool the way they like tilted to.
It looked like it looks great.
So cool.
And then even like you said about like obviously it links back to the first film, but then it's like kind of like Buzz in the first film took ages until he believed that it wasn't a toy. But like in this one, it was Buzz going, you're all toys and you have a different purpose, and they're all like, okay.
No, they have an inkling before, I think. Obviously, when
because obviously in the tent.
When it's taken to the tent, I absolutely loved that when they're going to defend him, and then you see that Buzz, and that Buzz is like snuggled into the kid.
Happy, didn't they?
I
like that too, man.
Yeah, the way that he just goes. Lovely.
I like the part where the dockyard, and they drop for no reason, and then they question themselves afterwards.
Yeah, I like that. But again, I feel like that feels very Disney Plus. It feels very short film of like a Toy Story.
I agree. It does feel very Disney Plus, but I don't mind it, because watching a kids' film, do you know what I mean? I don't. I kind of expect it to be quite childish.
I know you expect it like with a child film, but like you don't get it in the other Toy Story films.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think they're
I just
doing
felt
it
like
just to show off.
it felt very. We need to get these characters all back home. What can we do?
I were praying that they were going to be selling this new version of Buzz, this upgraded Buzz, in shops now, because I'd have had 5 now. Right.
Well, originally,
Probably
when they
is.
first announced Toy Story 5 D23 or wherever it was, that army of Buzzes, as they described it, was supposed to be the villains. So their chest was red, and that was originally going to be the villain of the film, and they changed it to do something else. And I'm glad they did, because I really like the route they went with them. But I'm glad. Yeah.
Of like the original ending as well, where it was supposed to be like an old Emily, like at the end, who was supposed to get Jessie back.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
That was like that was the original thing. It was all like drawn up and everything. That was the original ending. But like, what would you think of that being the ending? Yeah, I'd like to see an Emily.
I could feel it when it started showing the box and going back to the ranch and stuff. I thought, are we going to actually get to see Emily now? And I wasn't bothered that she didn't, but I think it would have been nice if she did.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not.
I think it would have been nice if she still lived at the house.
Yeah. And maybe the child would have been Emily's daughter.
Yeah. And like she would have been back home or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like the whole Bonnie issue. I don't know. It's a tough one. And then I think like I know like talking about Toy Story 5, but like if Toy Story 6, I'd love to see Andy come back. Like say if Woody ended up back with Andy, and and Claus. I know he's like out there now with Bo, but I don't know. I'd like for him to be with Andy again. Maybe I don't know.
Like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
For me, I think Andy's whole bit's finished now. I feel like I like people bring up, is the next Toy Story necessary? I think I would be on that page of the argument if they bring Andy back. I just don't think they need him anymore.
I think if they brought him back, they could do it like that married into Woody's story now. So like he's rescuing lost toys and abandoned toys and stuff. He rescues a lost toy and he says, "Oh, where are you from?" And he says, "Oh, I'm from." There's an address on his foot or something. And they go back and it's Andy's house with his kid now. And Woody doesn't go back to him, but he just sees Andy with his kid and gets emotional.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
And that's it. It's just like a little, you see him and that's it. And Woody's still like living his best life with Duke Kaboom and the skunk. But he doesn't fully go back to him. He just sees him like as
I just like nice. A little bit. So I would have liked to have just seen Emily. Like maybe if she was at the tire swing or something like that. Just a little bit of something, I think. But it was nice what they did.
Toy Story 4, I consider to be one of the most overhated animated movies. I've always very much been on the side that it's a good film. I've always had it like 4-star rated, and I feel like it gets a lot of hate because of how good Toy Story 3 is. It's kind of like, with The Godfather, 1 and 2 masterpieces, people call 3 bad, but it's not bad. It's just not as good as the others, right? Do you think Toy Story 5 coming out makes Toy Story 4 better? If you're going to plan on rewatching it, or do you think it ties to the story and makes more sense? Like it makes it more justified.
Yeah, it has for me, 100%. I rewatched it and it hit differently. The first time I watched it, at the end, I was kind of like the plot and the message behind it and like Woody's arc closing was kind of overshadowed for me because I was just like, he would never leave them. He would never leave them. And then when you rewatch it, or for me personally, it's like he wouldn't have left it. It's the fact that Buzz told him like Bonnie would be okay. Otherwise, he would have gone back and like just sucked it up and done whatever. But he was conflicted, and he would have stayed if it wasn't for Buzz saying like, no, like live your life. You've earned it, basically. I think it's good. But originally, I remember leaving the cinema just being like, okay, 3 ended perfectly, and now Woody's literally just gone, all right, see you in a bit, everybody. Well, now I'm like, it's not as simple as that. I think it's very good.
A little bit more deep rooted, a bit more got emotional to it. Do you think?
Oh yeah,
some more emotion there. Yeah?
I feel for me, like even though like Toy Story 5 is really good, and like for me, I know you say about Toy Story 4 with Woody's arc and stuff, but I still like, even though it's a good film, it's funny, like I've got it as a 4-star myself. I still kind of wish that Toy Story 5's plotline was Toy Story 4's plotline. And I feel like that would have been a justified way of ending the film, where like 3 is kind of like, obviously Woody's been passed on to Bonnie and stuff like that. But I kind of like, I feel like Jess, like, I think I could have lived with Woody being happy being with Bonnie and Buzz being happy. But I feel like it would, like, it's nice to see Jessie's story, because obviously in 2, like, she touches on Emily, but never really has closure. Where I feel like 4, like, say Toy Story 5 was Toy Story 4, like, it would have been, oh, like, Jessie's now really in love with Bonnie. She's Bonnie's favourite toy. But then she's going through this predicament of losing somebody again. And then it would have delved into Emily and stuff like that. And I feel like that would have been a great addition to the Toy Story than the Toy Story 4, what we got. Even though I'm happy to see what happened to Woody in that. I think the only character what I would have really cared to see more of would be Jessie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, going into Toy Story 5, one of my biggest worries was Buzz and Woody taking a bit of a back burner and Jessie being at the forefront. But I actually realised during the film that I cared a lot more about Jessie's character than I ever thought I did.
Yeah.
And I was actually really happy that she was the main character. And I think, for me, because I was worried about Toy Story 5, if Pixar announced a Toy Story 6 tomorrow, I don't think I'd be worried now. Because it's because they keep releasing movies, keeping it fresh, keeping it relatable, and it's still being good every time. Why do I need to doubt them?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they can move forward now. Woody and Buzz have been around a long time, mate. Other toys can have their time now, and I think Jessie could definitely carry forward another film, I think, to be honest.
I think if they do another one, Buzz has got to be at the forefront, personally.
Yeah, I think that. I think he's.
You want Buzz to make?
I feel like we've not, like, Buzz hasn't really had his moment. Like, even in this, it's kind of like he loves Jessie, but there's no like clarity for him, or we've not really had Buzz. Like in the first one, it's like him finding out it was a toy. Toy Story 2, we found out, obviously, like, finds out that Zurg's his dad. And then Toy Story 3, it's kind of like a mix of everyone. And then Toy Story 4's Woody, Toy Story 5's Jessie. So it's like Buzz, we need Buzz's story to end Buzz, I feel like.
Even in 3, half of 3 is Spanish. So it's not Tim Allen for half of it.
Yeah.
And then 4, I really like him at the start of it. And I really like him for the last 5-10 minutes. But all the bit in the middle where they dumb him down so much for no reason, where he's going, oh, listen to your inner voice, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, what's he saying? Oh, sorry, Woody. This just told me to leave. It's so frustrating, because in 2, he's a leader in 2. Even at the start where he's playing the game, when Woody goes missing, how he gets to sketch up on Eccy of where Al Soybon is and how he leads everybody and where to go. And when he finds Woody and tells him about, oh, this is the message you told me before. He's not stupid whatsoever. Yeah. And in 4, they make him seem like he's thick as shit.
Yeah, even in 5, they have to do it. You know, like where he's Jesse's deputy. Like, he's not the top person. He's like Buzz is like you said, he's really clever in 2. And then in 5, even like they do like, oh, he's got a sticker and he has a bit of like, oh, Woody's back, and now Woody's the deputy. Well, like Buzz, like is like one of the main, like he's literally the main toy. Like him and Woody are the 2 main ones, and then it's like kind of, again, like you said, they kind of stupefy him a little bit.
So you're kind of thinking that Buzzy's overshadowed.
Yeah,
you think?
Yeah.
That's Andy's mum's toy, Buzzy.
Toy Story 2 review, right, about Buzz being dumb and all this stuff in Toy Story 2. Not Toy Story 2, but like in Toy Story 4 and 5, and how it's like, kind of character assassination. And then someone commented, they brought up the fact that Buzz has never been the same since the Lotso like changed him and stuff and changed back. So it's like he's going through some like mental turmoil himself, and now he's not really recovered his full autonomy since the incident. And I guess that kind of plays into like why he's like different in 4 and 5 compared to 2.
I actually hate that.
That could be like a good idea for them to do with Toy Story 6, but that would be dark, I think.
I don't actually hate that. I think can be easily justified, that, I think. So what was everyone's favourite moment of Toy Story 5?
I probably stand out. Star Wars reference.
He's like, he's talking to the buzzers, and it's like, I think he's when you talked about like he's talking to them about being a toy, and he's like, search your feelings, you know, to be true.
Oh,
and then right after, he's like, also Zog's your dad, and then I go, no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's for me. I think like obviously the tree thing, like obviously like Emily naming her daughter Jessie, that absolutely got me. Like I was fine all the way through the film. I weren't that emotional, and then that absolutely broke me. Like it was just proper random. I feel like, and it just made me burst out crying. And then I think after that, because I was kind of like high in my emotions, when Woody and Buzz are in the sky, and then like we're saying, oh, like we're flying in style, and I thought that was a great callback to the first film. So they're probably my two favourite moments.
Seeing Buzz Lightyear flying at Toy Story 5 is what dreams are made of, mate.
Yeah,
it's what I live for.
Yeah, and saying falling with Star or flying with Star was like,
yeah, definitely the Jesse's name bit was emotional. I actually really enjoyed most of Bonnie's moments throughout the film. I actually think that kind of we always talk about the emotional aspect of the toys, of what the story they're telling, but I almost think Bonnie's story was quite important, of trying to fit in as a child with another group of children and feeling like an outsider and lonely and stuff. And I actually thought that was quite emotional, to be honest. Like, do you know, when they started laughing at her in like the group chat, I actually started to tear up because I thought that's horrible. It's horrible.
Because
I think we can all remember some moment in our life where we've tried to fit in with a group of people, or you know, you might have heard some lads having a bit of banter and you've tried joining in and you've been like rejected. It's not that nice.
Done it ourselves, am I right?
I'm not a bully.
Get off the pond, get off the pond, you twat. Pond rules.
Yeah, I really liked Bonnie's story in this one. I feel like, I don't know about you, she had like, you don't really get a full story with like Andy, really, I think, throughout the films. You do a little bit, but not to the extent I think they put the emotional weight on Bonnie in this film. I think it's very different. It's almost like she's also like a main character, I think.
Yeah, you do a bit in 3. In 2,
you do in 3 with it.
In 2, he literally he disappears the whole film to go to cowboy camp.
Yeah,
but
I think that's kind of like, you know, there's that generational gap in Pixar itself, where the first 3 films, we've got Andy, but they're focused on the toys itself. You know, like the whole film's the toys, not about the owner. What the owner's in, like, I forgot the word, but you know, you don't see him going through what Bonnie goes through, you know, in 4 and 5. And I think like there's been like a gap between 3 and 4 where they've rediscovered a new philosophy where we need to focus on the human characters in these films, which I don't personally think is the best way to do some of these Pixar films, with like how outlandish they go. But the way they do it in like Inside Out and Toy Story 5, I think it's just really beautifully done. And I think that's why Bonnie's more, you know, prominent than Andy, because they want to focus more on like an easier way to relate to kids by having a kid character.
Yeah, Sid goes through more in Toy Story 1 than Andy does.
Yeah,
and that shit would scar. That would scar you for life. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
I actually think Bonnie might be my favourite toy owner, to be honest. I think a lot of people might say Andy, but I think that's going to be a lot of like nostalgia rooted because of the first films, Andy's toys and stuff. But in terms of an actual character, I think Bonnie is the best toy owner, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's got a great story, man. And seeing her getting a friend at the end of the film and then playing and fucking hell. I got emotional again.
How did you feel about the twins running over at the end of the film? You know,
is what I'm talking about.
Did you like it or not?
Yeah.
Because there was a part of me that thought, fuck them off.
Because they laughed at her at first. Is that what it is?
Now you think I'm cool because I've got a mate. Get off my drive, mate.
I quite liked as it like a bit of influence. They seen them 2 twins seeing 2 other children being children and playing with toys, and they stopped for a moment to get away from like the devices and stuff to go and join in with some fun and acting like that.
They'll be playing Knock Knock and Egging Houses before long, having a hell of a time.
Yeah, and Jesse back in the box.
So, how do you think, when we talk about Toy Story, we've always got the relatable topic of each film. I think this is probably one of the most relatable topics to us as adults. What do you think to that in terms of the lily pad and stuff like that?
I think it's the most this is the most I felt connected to a Toy Story film. Like the most relatable I felt to a Toy Story film at the time of watching it as well. I feel like obviously I've not got kids, but like for example, like I feel like in my life I feel like kind of very similar to the characters, and even just like the stuff with like laptops and stuff. It reminds me of like being a teenager and being a kid, like that we do spend a lot of time on our phones and stuff like you said, like the group chats and like bullied. Like I didn't like get bullied or anything, like obviously like thingy, but I think like everyone's had the little experiences of stuff just like kind of like where you're kind of picked on in a chat or like you feel kind of targeted. I feel like everyone can kind of feel that, or especially knows someone who's gone through that as well. I think it's like a relatable film.
And if you're still watching on your screen, spending too much time on it, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow whilst you're at it, and send it to your other screen-addicted friends.
Yeah, you make sure you stay on your screen or else, mate. So I actually think, like, as I'm 30 years old and I don't have any children, but I have a lot of nieces and I have a lot of friends with kids, and I see how much technology is involved in childhood's life. Like you've got some 7-8-year-olds now with like iPhone 15s. They've got better phones than Epicz. You know what I mean? And I think it's absolutely crazy because I didn't get my first phone until I went to high school, and the film I got could only ring and text, and that was just so my mum could make sure I was okay. I used to come home when street lights were turned on. I used to just walk to a friend's house, and that's how we'd meet, right?
Yeah.
Technology has taken over the world in such a crazy... It's been fast as well. Do you ever see kids really, really play with toys for the same extent as what we did?
I think even just like playing out in general, you don't see like a lot of kids in that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like when I think like, for instance, like I live in quite a small village, and we like on a Friday or a Saturday, like we'd be out like at the shops and stuff, like outside at shops and stuff like that, and walking around, and like especially when you get to like 14, 15, and like you're out drinking and stuff, and like we used to always be out on the streets. Yeah, but you used to always be out on the streets and stuff.
Texting. What losers?
No, but like you used to live like. No, but you used to go out and like live, laugh and stuff and have fun. It's like no, like if I drive around at like that time, I never see any teenagers or anything like that.
I've lived in my house for 4 and a bit years, and last year, and it's still the only time this has happened, we got Knock Knock gingered, and then straight away I thought, like pissed off, and then was like, oh my god, it still exists. Oh, good on them. I was like, that's once in 4 years, mate. I used to be doing that every other day.
It's like even on Halloween and that we used to go egging everything. Just
egging was wicked.
And he's like, even like when it snowed, I used to use leather snowballs at cars and stuff like that when they're driving past. It just never happens. No. If someone did it, I'd laugh.
I feel like kids today have missed out on a completely different life that we had, and this is why I say the Toy Story films are so relatable, and they still manage to keep it fresh, where we lived that life. Because I see now, even adults, there were a good point in Toy Story 5 of the dad always on the webcam always. Do you know what I mean? Like technology's taken over so much that I miss those times, me, where you just used to go knocking on doors, just like bricking windows or whatever you used to do. Right?
Eggs and bricks for change, and you call me for drinking.
Chilling on park with your mates, do you know what I mean? Like, just all sorts.
Using your jumper as a goalpost.
Stuff like that.
I don't get it. I don't like those times. I want to stay at home and play Fortnite.
Yeah, on your own.
Boring.
Yeah, I'd
On the
rather
street.
play that on my own. I don't want to play with some random kids in the street. Well, not now, actually. But...
Yeah, that was it.
Not,
Not now. I don't want to play with them now, but
maybe later.
No, but I don't think I was ever part of like that lifestyle, like going out.
Did you
playing
miss
with-
that era of growing up?
I think it
Well,
just depends on
no,
your
I
type of person, though, because I used to
Yeah.
have mates of when I didn't want to go out, I'd play on Xbox with the same mates who were
Yeah,
always
yeah,
on
I
Xbox.
had some too.
Where when I went out, like I'd always go out with the same people. Like, I think it's just different perspectives of how you've grown up. But I feel like I don't see any kids doing like any of the stuff like what I was doing or any of what my mates were doing at like them
No.
ages. You know what I mean?
It's just like going back to even younger childhood before we started doing the more mischievous stuff of naughty kids. You're talking like I see some parents walking around and they're not like, I don't know, call them out a bit, but like they're just chucking iPad at kids to make them be quiet
Yeah.
instead of like having fun. So my brother, he don't believe in that technology stuff. And him and his daughter, they have playtime every night and they play like Dollhouse and stuff like that. And when he rings me and tells me stuff like that, it makes me happy that he's still doing that because not a lot of households are these days. They're too bothered about watching their own TV and just leaving kids to their own devices, literally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it might be ruining social skills.
I think a lot of people watch this film with their kids and think,
Yeah.
you know, I think I need to
Chill it out a bit.
Yeah, I think that's what it's kind of for. I think you need to find a mix somewhere. Like I'm not thinking, like with now everything what's going on in like the UK with under 16-year-olds making it so you can't use these apps and these apps. I don't agree with that because I think social media in the right way is a good thing. All of us have it as proof. Like we all do TikTok. I had unbelievable opportunities that I'll be grateful for the rest of my life. And I feel like I know I've seen young TikTokers and stuff who've like gone on like I can't remember the names, but you know the ones who at high school used to eat stuff. Those
two lads.
And they were saying like no, they've earned like incredible money what they wouldn't have earned, and they was in high school. So it's like there is a good use to it, and I feel like people focus on the negatives a lot, and I feel like people just need to find a mix.
Speaking of Toy Story 5, an actual film, then, do you think the villain worked in the film?
Yeah, because I don't feel like there really was a villain, and I think that's what I kind of liked about it, where it kind of felt like a bit like Toy Story 4-ish, where they didn't create a villain. It was very much like there was an antagonist for a little bit, and then they kind of like joined forces, and you can kind of understand that Lily Pad was trying to do the right thing for Bonnie. Well, what she thought was the right thing. She was thinking, I'm making her good friends, but realizing that she's not making her the friends that she needs.
It's the same thing as what you said. That it's just the same thing. Technology, social media, all this stuff. If it's used in the right way, it is a good tool. But just
correct.
You don't need to rely on it for everything.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good message.
I liked that in the film. How even the iPad or Lilypad, whatever, noticed it itself that technology wasn't as important as it thought it should be, and I thought that was good. And I like I said, this is the most relatable film because, like you, Eccy said, parents will sit and watch this, and they will, because it resonates with us at about our age, and a lot of people who go will be our age, taking the young children. They will always resonate with a film like this. Remember the times of playing with the toys, and have that nostalgia feeling. And I think it hopefully has like a slight impact on maybe toning down the screen time, maybe only letting them have the iPads for 2 hours, maybe even below 10 years old. Do they need an iPad? Who knows? I think that's up to the parents' decision, but I think it's going to have a good impact, this film.
I think I kind of saying it's aging kids like pretty quick, and I can kind of understand that as well.
Yeah, my niece is more clever.
Yeah, like for instance, like I don't know, like when I think about like me being as a kid, like I think I was like 11 when I started watching YouTube, and I was like kind of just got into high school.
Yeah.
And I remember like I started watching like Syndicate and like KSI and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like the evolution of playing toys. And then even then, when I was watching YouTube, I was watching people who was gaming. So I was still like, I know it's video games, but I was still playing, and I still have like core memories as I do playing as a kid, playing on like my Xbox and that, playing like Call of Duty, like Black Ops 2, playing zombies and stuff as like 12 years old, and they're iconic memories. And I think like it's just kind of like a mix. I feel like people need of the. I feel like you should get technology at a certain age. I think like
absolutely.
I feel like iPads are no good. I feel like if you want your kids to watch cartoons or whatever, I used to watch Cartoon Network on the telly. My dad used to watch it with me. Me and my dad still talk about it. Like he used to like, oh, I remember when you used to watch like Chowder and like Ed, and Eddie and stuff like that. Like he even watched them with me. And the thing is, with good animated like kid shows, they was made for adults as well, because that's what they do. But now it's all Cocomelon, and like they don't even have like there's no Disney Channel anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and I never had an iPad or anything. I had a laptop, what I went on very hardly, and it was either I played on the Xbox, and it was for like an hour or two a day, if that. And then if not, I was watching Cartoon Network like when I got home from school or before I went to school.
Do you think it's just because of the era we grew up in, as technology started to come in when I was like 15?
Yeah.
Really? 15, 16, like when BlackBerry, that's where the evolution been then into iPhone.
Yeah.
I feel lucky to be born in the era I was born in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think if I was born in 2000s, I would have grown up with technology from a young age, and maybe
I
would.
I'm 2000s, and like I don't feel like I'm that technology. Yeah, I'm born 2000. I'm saying.
Yeah, that's close. It's on the line. Maybe like 2005, 6. I'm talking.
I'd say probably like I know, for instance, like Leah, she's 2002, and like when we talk about stuff, like it's very borderline where she kind of had technology a little bit younger than I did, and you can see it. But then her sister, who was born 2004, it is very prominent, like technology and that, and I feel like that's kind of the era of 2004. Obviously, by the time she's 10 years old, it's 2014, which is when we had probably like BBM and stuff like that.
It's also how advanced it is now, because like when my first phone was when I was 11, I think, in year 7. That was only because I was going on a school trip, so my parents gave me one, and that was only because my dad worked for a phone company. He gave me a phone that was like a little brick thing. I went to Disneyland with the school, lost it in the ball pit in the hotel on the first day, and didn't give a shit, and literally came back on the Friday. Can you imagine if you'd done that now? Like everybody in school would have a different phone at that age. Everyone had a different color, different shape, where everyone now will have basically the same thing. It'll be an iPhone or something else. So imagine like, because they're so expensive, you're kind of taught to like treat them properly and use it. So it's not like just used for calls. Like, and it's not an emergency item. It is like, it's your life, isn't it? So it's it is it's a scary world out there for a toy.
I think it ties into like how much value you put into it itself, not about like, you can have like the most expensive item or like the cheapest thing, but like how much value you put your life and purpose into it, like really sells like how determined you are to be like have it in your life. So like always on your phone, always on your laptop. Like you standing with your story, like this phone, I had one of those. I don't know if it was at school or just like in general, I didn't give a shit about it. All it did, text, phone. If I lost that, I have no value in it. But if I had like an iPod, which doesn't do a phone, but like still has basically the same, like games, but no text and no phone. It's like iPod back in like 2010 or something. If I lost that, I'll be like bewildered. It's obviously progressing to like phones, laptops. What we do on TikTok with ring lights, battery packs, and I think
even the PlayStation games and stuff.
Yeah, like how like Game Pass on PlayStation Plus,
and still no GTA 6.
GTA 6, which is 6. But I think I like this whole like kids should go out and play more. Yeah, sure, but I enjoyed my life when I was playing on my console. I think kids should just be more vocal about what they want in today's generation. Do they want to be stuck to a phone, which probably ages them up and kills their brains, kills their eyes, and all that stuff. Whether they want to go outside, it's up to them. But I think back when we would like going outside in like the early 2000s, late 90s, we didn't really have a choice on that. I think it's more down to like parents having more, what's the word, like equal standing with the kids.
Encouragement of both, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can't speak for you guys, but like my parents, if they said to do something, I'll do it. If they said you're not down to do that, I won't do it. But I think now parents have grown up with, more technology and film itself. I think like the standard of parenting's changed a lot with today's kids.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a tough one, like, because you're saying about like obviously you stayed in thingy, but I think it's one of them where, because like I think the point of the story is that if kids do sit in all day and on their iPads or whatever, they're missing out on experiences that they don't know they're missing out on. I think that's kind of like the point of the film. Like, it's not like, I know that you can watch a video of like whatever, but I think it's the whole point of like imagination and like making memories with people in real life. Yeah, and I think like that's what people lose, and it's like that creative space. Like, for instance, if you think about it, like just from a filmmaking's perspective, like if people don't, let's say, if this next generation live off their iPad, what are films going to be like in a few years? Like, obviously, everyone's like worried about AI as it is anyway. It's like the whole point of like filmmaking, storytelling, and I think sitting on your iPad, you're not really going to have any stories for it to tell.
Definitely.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree fully. I don't really know what else to add to it other than what we've already said, to be honest. I think grew up in a very different kind of climate, very creative. I remember standing in my room for hours, even as technology slightly came in.
Just standing in your room staring at the
wall.
Yeah. Wish I had a phone.
Wow, this was actually so great.
I remember partly like, do you know, like in the film with the new characters that have got batteries in them?
Yeah.
I remember getting like my first little WWE microphone and cutting promos and stuff like I was someone. And I remember my mum used to laugh downstairs, but that had gone for hours. Or did you guys ever get any of that? Argos used to say, I used to get it every year for Christmas, like the spy stuff. Did you ever get any of that?
Yeah.
I used to have like sensors around my house, the green goggles. And, do you know, I remember stuff like that. And it's just like, even then, that's a little core memory brought up that I think a lot of children are missing today, when all they can talk about is, did you see this TikTok? I think social media definitely has its place, but I think it's damaging in a way for communication skills and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's like when you talk about toys, they're like you said about Argos. I remember like Christmas circling everything you wanted.
Yeah.
Obviously, like for Santa and that, and then like I remember like obviously I still love Spider-Man now. I have signed stuff by Spider-Man and stuff like that. And I remember getting like web shooters, and I would just be in the guy like that at the wall, just thinking I was Spider-Man, and like what, like I feel like kids aren't gonna have that experience now. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I agree. I definitely do feel like a boomer though. I feel like I'm really like shitting on people's childhoods. Do you know what I mean? but it is. I think we've not really talked much about Toy Story 5 itself, but it's more. We've had a great conversation from what Toy Story 5 has showed us. I think.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a different kind of conversation.
It shows how important and how like meaningful Toy Story 5's plot is, because we're having a full conversation about it, and it's literally an animated film. How many films, especially animated films, do you come out with like massive conversations about like stuff like this? You know what I mean?
I fully agree. So going on to the final segment, I think let's every Bunkhouse critic give our Toy Story ranking off the rip. We don't have to go over reasons or anything, but let's do it. So everyone's Toy Story ranking, I'll start with mine. I think it goes 4, 5, 1, 3, 2. That's my ranking.
Mine is exactly the same. 4, 5, 1, 3, 2.
Mine's literally exactly the same. Like it's literally 4, 5, 1, 3.
The Three Musketeers. Is Epicz joining or is he going against?
Yeah, I'm not joining you guys with that ranking. Mine is 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. So the same, but switch 5.
Yeah, yours is 4 and 5th switched. Yeah, fair enough. So I think that is going to conclude this week's episode. Thanks for listening to episode 4 of the Bunkhouse podcast. Make sure to visit bunkhousecritics.com for all the latest reviews on new releases. You can also find us on TikTok, on Instagram. The links will be in the description. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Review us on Spotify and let us know in the comments your thoughts on Toy Story 5. If you think it's the greatest animated franchise of all time. And we will see you at the same time in the same place next week for the Bunkhouse episode of Jackass.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Do,